Elementary School acting troupe's production of Love Slavers Lost by Shakespeare. I'm Professor Fern Montgomery, the principal of Navarre High, in our play. We have set our play in 1958, so there is no cell phones. Please silence yours. Please do not try to find cast members backstage or in the green room. It is chaos back there. If you order concessions, they will be available during a 10-minute intermission. To your left. If you would like to make a bid on any of the stage pieces, then the bidding sheet is on the flowery tablecloth there, and you can do that during the intermission. Additionally, restrooms are in the back of the building behind the stage. Please use the doors to your right. The doors to your left are off limits and only for cast members. Please do not go back there. In this play, you will meet a cast of fun and quirky characters. First of which is Ken, the prom king, who has his friends take an oath to not speak to women and focus on their studies for 3 years. That doesn't work well for Clarence, who's in love with Jacqueline. Also named Jacqueline is John Carlos, a quirky, crazy shirt-wearing exchange student from Spain. Ken's plan works wonderfully until a group of students from Ackerton High arrive, including Cynthia and her beautiful friends. Ken and his best mates fall hopelessly in love with the girls. They are so honorable that they feel terrible about perjuring their oath. On the sidelines, Navarre High is full of reprobate freshmen who like to play tricks on me and my fellow professors. I hate them. Professors. Additionally, Juan Carlos and his friends, Malcolm and Pamela, try to cope with Juan Carlos' star-crossed romance with Jacqueline and get into silly fights in the process. It includes food. It's crazy. How will the romances turn out? Will Ken and his companions stay true to their oath? Will the freshmen finally stop playing pranks on the teachers? I suppose we'll find out in Acts 1 through 4 of Love Slavers Lost.
All students need to be in class, not dawdling in the halls. Please arrive in class promptly.
Navarre shall be the wonder of the world. Our court shall be a little academy, still and contemplative in living art. You four, Barry, Dwayne, Bruce, and Lawrence, have sworn for 3 years' term to live with me, my fellow scholars, and to keep those statutes that are recorded there. Your oaths are passed, and now, sign your names.
I am resolved, 'tis but a 3 years fast. The mind shall banquet, though the body pine.
My friend, Dwayne, is mortified. The gross matter of these world delights, he throws upon the gross world baser slaves.
To love, to well, to life, I am die. with all living in philosophy.
I've already sworn, that is to live and study for 8 years. But there are other quick observances, as not to see women in that term, which I hope is not enrolled there.
And then to sleep but 3 hours in the night, which I hope is not enrolled there. And then to touch no food in the day, which I hope is not enrolled there. Oh, these are bitter tasks, too hard to keep. To not see ladies, study fast, not sleep.
Your oath is passed to pass away from these.
I only swore to study with your face, and to be in your school for 3 years' space.
You swore to that, Barry, and to the rest.
Well, by yea and nay, sir, for I swore in jest. What is the end of our study? Won't you let me know?
Why, that's to know which else we should not know. These be the stops that hinder study quite, and train our intellects to vain delight.
Give me the paper. Let me read this thing. To the strictest degrees, I'll write my name.
How well this yielding rescues thee from shame.
Item, that no woman shall come within a mile of my school.
That's a good plan. 4 days ago.
Let's see the penalty. On pain of losing her tongue.
Who devised this penalty?
Mary, that did I.
It's sweet and why?
To fright them hence with that dread penalty.
A very dangerous penalty against gentlemen.
Item, if any man be seen to talk with a woman within the term of 3 years, he shall endure such public shame as the rest of the school can possibly devise.
This article, my friend, yourself is great. For well you know, here comes the embassy, the principal Aquitaine's daughter of prom, with yourself to speak to.
What say you, friends? This was quite forgot. We must of force dispense with this decree. She must lie here on mere necessity.
Necessity will make us all force more 3,000 times in this 3-year space. And if I marry, this word will speak, for forsworn on mere necessity. But although I seem so low, I'll be the last that'll keep busy. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, men! But is there no quick recreation granted?
Aye, that there is. Our school, you know, is haunted by a refined traveler of Spain.
Juan Carlos is the most illustrious one. A man of fiery words, fashion's own knight.
And Clarence the swain, and he shall be our sport, and so to study 3 years is but short.
Which of you is Ken?
This fellow, what wouldst?
Juan Carlos Clemente, his villainy abroad. His lecturer will tell you more.
Sir, the contempts thereof, or his doesn't mean.
A letter from the magnificent Juan Carlos.
I'll also know the matter. I hope I wrote this.
The matter is to me, sir, as concerning Jack. The manner of it is, I was taken with the man.
What man?
I was seen with her in the manor house, sitting with her upon the form, and taken following her to the park, which, put together, is in manner and in form following. It is the manner of a man to speak to a woman.
Great Deputy, the Welkin's Visurgent and sole dominator of Navarre, my soul's earth's god, and body's fostering patron.
Not a word of Clarence yet.
So it is.
It may be so, but if you say it is so, he isn't telling true, but so.
Peace!
Be to me and every man that there is not fight.
No words! As I am a gentleman, I betook myself to walk, but to the place where it standeth, north-northeast, and by east, from the west corner of thy curious knotted garden. Blah, blah. Ha. I did encounter that obscene and most preposterous event. There did I see that low-spirited swain, that base minnow of thy mirth.
Me?
That unlettered smoldering soul.
Me?
That shallow vassal.
Still me.
Which, as I remember, Clarence.
Oh, me.
Sorted and consorted, contrary to thy established proclaimed edict and continent canon, with a child of our grandmother Eve, a female, or for thy more sweet understanding, a woman. I, as my ever-esteemed duty pricks me on, have sent to thee to receive the meed of punishment by thy sweet grace's officer, Arlene Dull, a woman of good repute, carriage, bearing an estimation.
Me! I'm Arlene Dull.
For Jacqueline, so is the weaker vessel called, which I apprehended with the aforesaid swain. I keep her as a vessel of thy law's fury, and shall, at the least of thy sweet notice, bring her to trial. Thine in all compliments of devoted and heart-burning heat of duty, Juan Carlos.
So not so much I've looked for the best I've ever heard.
What say you?
Sir, I do confess, I know the girl.
Did you hear the proclamation?
I do confess much of the hearing, but little of the marking of it.
It was proclaimed a year's imprisonment to be taken with a maid.
I was taken with none, sir. I was taken with a woman.
This woman will not serve your turn, sir.
This woman will serve my turn, sir.
Sir! I will pronounce your sentence. You shall fast a week with bread and water.
I would rather pray a month with corned beef and hash.
And Juan Carlos shall be your keeper. See him delivered hence. And so go we to put in practice that which each to other hath so faithfully sworn.
These oaths and these laws will prove an idle scorn. You're so silly, I'm not sure what to do. Sora, come on.
I suffer for the truth, sir. For it is true I was taken from Jacqueline. And Jacqueline is a true girl. Therefore, welcome my sour cup of prosperity.
force now, sir.
How canst thou partisanus and men of my tender young maid?
By familiar demonstration in the working, my tough elder.
Why tough elder?
Why, young maid?
I spoke it tender young maid as a rule description appertaining to thy young maid, which we nominate tender.
I, young maid, and I, tough elder, as an appropriate title for your age, we may name tough.
Your quick answers. Thou kiss my blood. I promise to study 3 years with Kit. By doing it in an hour, sir, impossible. How many is 1 times 3? I give up, family. You are a gentleman and a gangster. I confess both. Then I'm sure you know the gross sum of deuce and ace amounts to. It goes amount to 1 more than 2.
What's the baseball or a ball 3?
Why, sir, is this such a piece of study? Now here's 3 studied air. You'll twice swing. And how easy it is to put years into the word 3 and study 3 years in 2 words. A most fine year, but I must confess, I really I do love that country girl, which I took in the park with a rational mind. Pleasure, too. She deserves better.
Be whipped and get a better love than my master.
Sing, my heart was heavy with love. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with. Sir, it is Kent's push that he keeps parents safe, and you must suffer to take no delight nor no penance, but he must fast 3 days a week. For this maid, I must keep her at the park. Fare you well. I do return myself with blushing. Man, I visit the ugly one. That's hereby. I know your decision. How wise you are. I will give you wonders.
That face?
I love you.
So I heard you say.
And so
Fair, gratitude.
come, Jack, a little way. Billy, thou shalt snatch thy boots, ere thou be called.
Well, sir, I hope that when I do it, I shall do it on a false one.
Then we Billy, jump him up. Come, you transgressive man, away.
Well, if ever I do see the merry days of desolation that I have seen, some shall see.
What shall some see?
Nay, nothing common, but what they look upon. It is not for prisoners to be too silent in their words, and therefore I will say nothing. I thank God that I have as little patience as another man, and therefore I can be quiet.
I do think the very ground which is base, or her shoe which is baser, guided by the foot which is baser, love friend. I shall be forsworn, which is the greatest argument of falsehood if I love. And how can that be true love, which is falsely attempted? Too much odds for spending the year. The first and second term cannot serve my cause. The assault, she respects me. The duel, she regards me not. Lust, peace, valor, rapier be still. Drum, for your manager is in God.
Life could be dream, life could be dream. Life could be dream.
precious in the wheel's esteem, to Polly with the sole inheritor of all the perfections that a man may owe, matchless Nevada, the plea of no less weight than Aquitaine, a great gift for a lady.
Oh, Babette, my beauty, though but me, needs not the painted flourish of your praise. Beauty is more by judgments of the eye, not uttered by big sail of peddlers' tongues. But now, tasker, good coach, you are not ignorant all-telling thing. That noisy bride of bar hath made a vow. Till painful study shall outwear 3 years, no woman may approach silent court. Therefore, to seemeth it a needful course. Before we enter this forbidding gates, to know this pleasure and that behalf, full of your worthiness, we single you as our best moving fair solicitor. Tell him, the daughter of the principal of Aquitaine, on serious business, crave a quick dispatch, importunes personal conference with the property. Haste signifies so much, while we attend like humble visited shooters, is high will. Proud of employment, willingly I go. Who are the others, my lovely lady, that are thou fellows with this virtuous Ted?
Lawrence is one.
Know you the man? I know him, madam. In Normandy, saw I this Lawrence, a man of sovereign parts he's esteemed. Well fitted in art, glorious in arms. Nothing becomes him ill that he would well. The only soil of his fair virtue's gloss is a sharp wit matched with 2-1 a will.
So merry walking you like. Is it so?
They say so that most his humors know.
Such short-lived words do wither as they grow. Who are the rest?
The young twin, a well-accomplished youth, for all his virtue loved, for virtue loved, most power to do most harm, least no bad, for his wit to make an ill shape good, and shape to win grace, though he had no wit. I saw Bruce at the library once, and much too little of that good I saw is my report to his great worthiness.
Another of these students at that time was there with him, if I have heard it true. Barry, they call him. It's a merry man within the limit of becoming mirth. I never spent an hour's talk withal. His fair tongue concedes expositor, deliver such apt and gracious words. The aged ears pay truth to his tales, and younger hearers are quite ravished. So sweet and voluble is his discourse.
God bless my ladies, while they all love that everyone her own has garnished with such bedecking ornaments of praise.
Here comes Coach.
No, what I meant, ma'am.
The bar had noticed your fair approach, and he and all competitors in both were told to meet you, gentlemen, before I came. Marry, thus much I have learned. He rather used to lodge with the field.
Like one that comes here to besiege a school?
That seek dispensation for his oath to let you enter his unpeopled house.
Here comes the man.
Fair Cynthia, welcome to the School of Navarre.
There, I give you back again. And welcome, I have not yet. The roof of the school is too high to be yours, and welcome to the wide fields too big to be mine.
Well, you shall be welcome to my school.
I will be welcome then. Conduct me thither.
Hear me, dear lady. I have sworn an oath.
Oh, Helen, you sworn.
Not for the world, fair miss, by my will.
My will shall break it. Will and nothing else.
Your ladyship is ignorant what it is.
'Tis deadly sin to take that oath, dear Ken. And sin, to break it. But pardon me, I am too soon bold to teach a teacher ill-beseeming. Vouchsafe to read the purpose of my coming, and suddenly resolve me in my suit.
This I will, if suddenly I may.
You will, as soon as I were away, throw open perjury and make me stay.
Did I not dance with you once?
Did I not dance with you once?
Well, I know you did.
How needless was it then to ask the question?
Your wit speeds too is too promising.
Not till it leave you behind in the mire.
Your wits? But what time of day?
The hour that fools should ask.
Now let down your mask.
Beauty is a mask that becomes the face. Fair falls the face it covers.
Send you many lovers.
Amen. So you be none.
Nay then, I'll be gone.
Miss, your father here doth intimate the payment of $500, disbursed by my father for the prom. Yet there remains unpaid 500 more. In surety, the school of Aquitaine is bound to us. If then your father will repay but that one half which is unsatisfied, we will give up our right in Aquitaine and hold fair friendship with your father. Sweet madam, were not his request so far from reason's yielding, your fair self should make yield against some reason in my breast, and go well satisfied to Aquitaine again.
You do him, my father, too much wrong, and wrong the reputation of your name. It is so unseemly to confess receipt, that which had so faithfully been paid.
I do confess I never heard of it, and if you prove it, we'll pay it back or yield it back to you.
We rest your word. The best. You can produce acquaintances for such a sum from special officers.
Satisfy you so.
Excuse me, Ken, the packet is not come. Read that and other specialties are bound. Tomorrow you shall see sight of them.
It shall suffice me, at which interview all liberal reason shall I yield unto. Until such time, receive such welcome at my hand. You may not come, fair Cynthia, within my gates, but here without you shall be so received. You may consider yourself as lodged in my own heart. Your own good thoughts excuse me, and farewell. Tomorrow shall we visit you again.
Sweet hope to fair desires to you.
Thy own wish I thee in every place.
Lady, I commend you to my heart.
Is the fool sick?
Sick the heart.
Alack, let it bleed.
Would it do it any good?
My physic, said I.
But would you prick it with your eye?
No point with my knife.
God save thy life.
And yours for long living.
I cannot buy this mocking.
Madam, I pray, a word. What lady is that?
The heir of Allentown, Captain name.
A gallant name, madam. Fare you well.
I beseech you, we were. What is she in the world?
A woman sometimes, if I'm right.
Perchance, right or light, I desire her name.
She hath one for herself, the desire that were a shame.
I pray you, whose daughter?
From what is I glad?
God's blessing on your head.
Come on, don't be offended. Maria is her name.
Who is that young miss over there?
She is Nancy.
A kind miss, I think.
Whose God is in the green?
Rosaline, and in your dreams.
She pinned or no?
To her will, sir, or so.
You're welcome then. Adieu.
I welcome here. Farewell, sir, to you.
That last is buried, the merry madcap. Not a word with him, but a jest.
And that we jest but a word.
It was well done of you to take him at his word. I was willing as to grapple as he was aboard. Good words will be jangling, but gentles agree. This
follows with the eyes. Deceive me not now, Navarre is infected.
With what?
With which lovers entitled affected.
Your reason?
Why all his behaviors did make their attire to the court of life and thorough desire. His heart like an agate with their print impressed, proud with his form, his eye pride expressed. His tongue all impatient, his speak and not see, did stumble with haste, and his eyesight to be. Methought all his senses were locked in your eyes, as jewels in crystal for some prince to buy. His face gone margent did quote such mazes, that all eyes saw his eyes, enchanted with gazes. I'll give you Aquitaine and all that is his, and you'll give him, for my sake, but one loving kiss.
Oh, contour pavilion, the bet is disposed.
Let us speak that in words which I have disclosed. I only have made a mouth of his eye by adding a tongue, which I know will not lie.
Thou art an old love-monger, and speaketh skillfully.
She is Cupid's grandmother, Lord Newton.
Do you hear, my mad ladies?
No.
What then do you see?
I are to be gone.
You are too hard for me.
Maybe golden slow. No. I say that is slow. You
too swift, sir, to say so. Is that lead slow just fired from a gun?
Sweet small record! She accused me, a cannon, and the bullet that she. I shoot the at the swing.
No! And then I flee.
A most acute juvenile, volleyball and free abuse. By that party, I'm a side things.
A wonder friend, a Clarence, broken in a shin.
Oh, sir, plenty, a plain plantain.
Oh, tell me, how's their plans broken and sheen?
I will tell you something.
Thou hast no feeling of it, Ma. I, Clarence, running out of the sacred within, fell over the threshold and broke my shin.
Oh, you have no more of this matter.
Tell there be more matter in the shin?
By my sweet sword, I am setting thee at liberty, and freeing thy person. Thou wast captured, captivated, bound.
True, and now you will be my probation and let me loose?
I will set thee at liberty, and in lieu thereof, impose me nothing but this. Very significant, the contraband of Jacques. There is remuneration. For the best reward of my honors is rewarding my dependence. Follow!
Like the sequel I follow. Farewell.
Now we'll look on this remuneration. Remuneration? Oh, that's the Latin word for 3 nickels. 3 nickels! Remuneration!
My good fellow Clarence, exceedingly well met.
Pray you, sir, how much water may a man buy for remuneration?
What is a remuneration?
Marry, sir, 3 nickels.
3 nickels worth of silk.
I thank you. God be with you.
Hey, stay. Where must employ thee, as thou will win my favor?
When would you have it done, sir?
Well, this afternoon.
Well, I will do it, sir. Very well.
Thou knowest not what it is.
I shall know, sir, when I have done it.
My building must know first.
I will come to you tomorrow.
It must be done this afternoon. Hark but this. Cynthia comes to shoot here in the park, and in her train there's a gentle lady, Rosaline to call. See to her white hand you command this sealed up counsel. Here's thy guerdon. Now go.
Garden, a sweet garden. Better than remuneration. I have color better. Garden, remuneration.
Good. And I pursued her love. Nay, to be perjured, which is worst of all. And among 5, to love the worst of all. Well, I will love. I will write. I will sigh. I'll pray. I'll sue. And I'll groan.
Until further notice, no girls are to be allowed on the premises under any circumstances. That means no girls, Clarence.
Boy, I oughta get over here!
fair calls. A standard you may make the fairest shoot.
I think my beauty. I am fair that shoots. Thereupon thou speakest, the fairest shoots.
Pardon me, madam, for I meant not so.
What? First praise me, and then can say no? Oh, short-lived pride not fair? Alas, for woe. But come, the bow. Now, mercy goes ill, and shooting well is then accounted ill.
Good afternoon! Ladies, pray, which is the head maiden?
Thou shalt know her, fellow, when the rest have no heads.
Which is the greatest lady, the highest?
The thickest and the tallest.
The thickest and the tallest. It is so. Truth is truth. Are not you the chief woman? You are the thickest here.
Pardon me. What's your will, sir? What's your will?
I have a letter from Barry to one Rosamond.
Your letter? Your letter? Stand aside, good bear. You may go. Coach. You can carve. Read it. Read it.
I am bound to serve.
This letter is mistook. It aborted none here. It is written to Jacqueline.
We will read it, I swear. Break the neck of the wax, and everyone give ear.
By heaven that thou art fair is most infallible. True that thou art beauteous. Truth itself that thou art lovely. More fair than fair, beautiful than beauteous, truth into itself. Adding commiseration on thy broken vassal?
Shall I command thy love? I may. Shall I enforce thy love? I could. Shall I entreat thy love? I will.
What shalt thou exchange for rags?
Robes,
For tizzles, titles, for thyself, me. Thus expecting thy reply, I profane my lips upon thy books. My eyes on thy picture, and my heart on thy every part. Thine and dearest design of industry, Juan Carlos.
what plume of feathers is he that wrote this letter?
What vein, what weathercock? Did you ever hear better?
I am much deceived, but I remember the styles.
Else your memory is bad, going forward ere while.
This Juan Carlos is a Spaniard that tends to bar, a fantasime, a monarcho, and one that makes sport to Ken and his bookmates.
Good fellow. A word. Who gave thee this letter?
I told you, sir.
To whom shouldst thou give it?
From him to her.
From which him? To which her?
From Barry Giles, a good friend of mine, to a lady of Aquitaine he called Rosamond.
Thou hast mistaken his letter. Come, friends, away. Here, sweet, put it this. We dine another day.
By my troth, most pleasant, how both did fit it.
It marked marvelous well shot, for they both did hit it.
A mark? Oh, my madama, a mark, she says. Let the mark have a prick in it if it may be.
Wide O the thou hand. I faith your hand is out.
Indeed, she must shoot nearer, or she'll ne'er hit the clouds.
And if my hand be out, then we like your hand as in.
Then will she get the upshoot by cleaving the pin.
Come, you talk greasily. Your lips grow foul.
She's too hard for you at pricks. Challenge her to battle.
I fear too much, Robin. Good night, my good owl.
By my soul, a swain, a most simple clown. Oh, how the ladies and I have put him down. Oh, my troth, most sweet jests, most incanny vulgar wit. When it comes so smoothly off, so obscenely as it were, so fit. Juan Carlos on the one side, a most dainty man. To see him walk before a lady, and to bear her fan. To see him kiss his hand, and how most sweetly he will swear. And his page on the other side, that bundle of wit. Ah, heavens, it is the most pathetic minute.
Diana, my dear doll, Diana. Who is Diana? Who is Diana?
My title to TV? To that? To the moon? The moon was a month old when I learned and brought not 5 years when he came to my school. The illusion holds the exchange.
'Tis true indeed, the collusion holds in the exchange.
God, comfort thy capacity. I say the illusion holds in the exchange.
I say the pollution holds in the exchange, for the moon is never but a month old, and I say besides that, 'twas blue that Miss Cynthia scored. To humor the ignorant, call I the shot. Cynthia hit blue.
Go on. Follow me. Go on.
The archer always aims arrows at accurate angles.
Oh, talent.
She's getting better.
How long does it take to put her makeup on?
I don't know. It's a real turn off, but
We should ban makeup in school.
I don't get how everyone gets especially I will overglance the secret script. To the snow white hand of the most beauteous Rosalind. Not you. Written from your ladyship's and all desirous women. Mary.
Herbert, this Barry is one of the faithful followers of Ken. Ship and go, my sweets. Deliver this letter with my hand to Ken. It may concern much. Farewell.
Sir, God save your life. Good Clarence, go with me.
Out with me, my girl.
But to return to the verses, did they please you, Sir Herbert?
Marvelous. Well pleasant.
Away! The gentles are at their game, and we will to our recreation.
Time we have a quarrel, it almost breaks my heart, and I'm so afraid that we will have to part. 'Cause each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? I cried a tear for nobody. I'd be an only one if you should say we're through. Or if you want to make me cry, that won't be so hard to do. If you should say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you. 'Cause each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be a teenager in love?
Oh.
I will not love. No. And if I do, hang me. But by heaven, I do love. It's taught me to rhyme, to be melancholy. Here's part of my rhyme. Hear my melancholy. She hath one of my sonnets already. Clown, or fool scented, the lady hath it. Sweet clown, sweeter fool, sweetest lady. Now I would not care a pin if the other four were in. Here comes one with a paper. I give him grace to the throne. I need invade secrets. So sweet a kiss the golden sun gives not to those fresh morning drops upon the rose. As thy eye beams,
when their fresh rays have smote the night of dews that on my cheeks down flows. O Queen of Queens, how far dost thou excel? No thought can think, nor tongue of mortal tell. How shall she know my griefs? I'll drop the paper. Who is he comes here? Sweet leaves, shade folly. Authorities, and read it. Listen, now in thy likeness, more fool appears.
Ay me, I am forsworn.
In love, I hope, sweet fellowship and shame.
Am I the first that has been perjured so?
Well, I can put thee in my comfort. How I too that I know.
I fear these stubborn lines lack the power to move. Oh, sweet Maria. Maria. These stubborn lines, why? Right tear and writing prose.
Find guards on Cupid's toes. Disfigure not who shot.
Did not the heavenly rhetoric of thine eye persuade my heart to this false perjury? Vows for thee broke deserve not punishment. A woman I forswore, thou being a goddess. I forswore not thee, if by me broke, a fool, not so wise, to lose an oath, to win a paradise.
Pure idolatry. God amend us. God amend, for we are much off track.
By whom shall I send this? Company? Stay.
Oh, by heavens, I've had my wish. Dwayne transform, or woodcocks in a dish.
Oh, most divine keys, my heaven, the wonder of mortal eyes. Oh, that I had my wish.
And I had mine.
And mine too, goodness. Amen. So I had mine.
I would forget her. As a fever she raised in my blood, and will remember me. Once more, hold the oath that I have answered. This will I send as if it else. Go away, and I shall express my true love's fasting prayer. Oh, were that can and Mary Bruce and the ones for lovers too. For none of them were all like to those.
You may look pale, but I should blush. And I know to be o'erheard and take a napping so.
Come, sir! You blush! As his, your case is such. You chide at him, offending twice as much. You do not know. Maria! I have been closely shrouded in this bush, and marked you both, and for you both did blush. What will Mary say when that he shall hear faith infringed, which such zeal did swear? How will he scorn? How will he spend his wit? How will he triumph, leap, and laugh at it? For all the wealth that ever I did see, I would not have him know so much by me. Now I finally step forward to it. I'm my friend! You're wondering where I came from. And as thou was closely shrouded in this bush, I marked you three. And then pardon me, what grace hast thou thus reproved these
worms of loving. Thou art most in love. You did see his mode, Ken. You defined his. But I see a beam in each of three.
Too bitter is thy jest. Are we thus betrayed to thy overview?
Well, not you to me, but I betrayed by you. I, that am honest. I, that find it sin to break the vow which I'm engaged to. When will you hear me write a thing in rhyme? Or groan for love? Or spend a minute's time primping? Or sigh for longing? When shall you ever hear me praise a hand, foot, a face, eye, a state, proud, breast, a waist, a limb, no, it's a woman.
I beseech you, let this letter be read aloud. A person doubts it. 'Twas treason, he said.
Barry! Read it aloud.
Okay.
Where did you get it?
Parents.
Where did you get it?
Of one mother.
Come now, what is in you? Why does not parent?
You need not fear!
That's disgusting.
Moving to passion. Therefore, let's hear it.
It is very exciting. And here is his name. For shame.
Guilty. I confess.
What?
I have a piece of paper in my mouth. Well, that you'd really like me to make up this mess. He, and you, my friend, and I are pig purses in love. We deserve to die. Dismiss this audience, and I will tell you more.
Now that I perceive it.
True, we are 4.
5.
Let's see.
Hence, away.
Walk beside the truthful and let the traitor stay.
Sweet Lord, sweet lovers, let us embrace. We cannot cross the cause why we were born, and thereby all hands must be
Forsworn! What? Did these red lines show some love of thine?
that they quote you who sees the heavenly realms align.
But what of this? Are we not all in love?
Well, nothing shall share, and thereby all forsworn.
Then, good Barry, leave this chat, and prove our loving lawful and faith not torn.
Ah, there, so flattering and deceitful.
Oh, some authority. How to proceed?
This is sad perjury.
We have made a vow, and in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my friend, or you, write such fiery numbers as the prompting eyes of beauty's tutors have enriched you with?
Never durst poet touch his pen to write, until his inks were tempered with love's sighs. Do we resolve to lose our oaths to find ourselves, lest we lose ourselves to keep our oaths?
Shall we resolve to woo these girls of Aquitaine?
And win them too.
Women!
Therefore, let us devise some entertainment for them in their tents. For by revels, dances, masks, and merry hours, Forerun, fair love, strewing her way with flowers.
Away, away! No time shall be a minute, and in meantime may us be bidden.
Saint Cupid, then, and soldiers, to the field!
Hey!